Hello and welcome. You're watching Head to Head. I'm Carrie Oderman with UATV. Today we're talking about the festival called Outlook. The aim of the festival is the establishment of friendly relations between nations and cultural ties between countries. Joining us in the studio now is Daria Kariakina, Director General of the Outlook Project and the organizer of Outlook World Culture Festival. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Hello.
Improving relations between nations and cultural exchanges, it's a wide topic. Tell us about Outlook and the festival.
Actually, it was my private initiative, and I decided to make the Outlook project 6 years ago. As I was a graduate of the Institute of International Relations, so it means that I have really the ties with the diplomatic course. And at first, I also was a TV presenter, your colleague. I had the program about the ambassadors and the country that they are presenting in Ukraine. And after that, I understood that I would like to make something more for promoting the cultures, for seeking the ties and to seeking the ties with another countries and the nations and people. And I decided to create the Outlook project and to give the possibility for Ukrainian people to feel the world and for the international society to know more about Ukraine. And it was, to tell the truth, it was hard, but and difficult in some questions, but we have survived. We've done our job, I think, good, and that is why we are still 6 years are doing such social and cultural projects. And we understood that the most prominent and the most important partners in our job must be embassies, because they will help us to promote these relations, to promote bilateral relations between countries through the world. And that is why we are trying to make the events that will have the effect not only for the cultural sphere, but also for politics, for business, because you need to understand that culture can also make a good background for starting new ties between the countries.
How many embassies do you work with?
Actually, we are doing different events, and for 6 years, I think that more than 45 embassies have taken part in our different initiatives, because it is not only the festival of world cultures, but also it is social initiatives, it is celebrating of different national holidays of different countries in Ukraine. So it's more than 45.
Just recently, the Feel Slovenia project was part of the work you've done. The ambassador from Slovenia was a part of the project. Tell us about that one.
We decided to actually change a bit the style of our festival and to give opportunity for people to visit our festival not only once a year, but also to do it during a year. So this 6th festival will be held in such a form that I hope so that each month we will have a new country to present, a new concrete country, and Feel Slovenia, it is one of this event. And once a year we will give the opportunity for people for coming to our Gala festival, when we combine different embassies, different cultures. And Feel Slovenia, it is the first event in this series of events of Outlook World Culture Festival. What we've done, we've decided in a rather creative form to present Slovenian culture on the territory of Ukraine, and also to show our bilateral relations and to find new forms of cooperation in culture between two countries. Feel Slovenia looked like a train journey. We had 8 different stations, thematical stations, symbolic stations, and one of these, it was the ethnical part. We had the special guest from Slovenia, Daria Kariakina. It is a young musician, and she is only 13 years old, but she had a very big amount of medals and prizes, and she is playing harmonica, ethnical harmonica, and she came to our festival. Then we also made the first night the presentation of film of Aaron Horvat that is called Fly, Muha in Slovenian, and we've done this presentation of this film in Ukraine. At the same time, we have found some ties with the musicians of Ukraine. We, together with the Academy of Gliera, that is the main musical academy in Ukraine, we've done the project that Danai Grebens came for the special meeting to this academy. They've done a special event there, and also the students from this academy performed some Slovenian music at our event. Also, we had a wonderful cuisine masterclass of potica. Potica, it is something like some sweets that Slovenian people are using very often during their family parties and some celebrations. And also we had the presentations of some touristic sites. Also we had the very social theme that we've used during the event. When I've told about the film, the main topic of the film is the question of aging and the people who are actually above 55 and the problem that they have. Sometimes it's connected with the human rights at all. And the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Slovenia have actually done a wonderful exhibition that was dedicated to the rights of such people. And people during the event could write the letters to the senior houses and to send it to Slovenia. And our Danai Grebens guest, she also, together with one special charity fund, have done a special concert for such people in Ukraine. So we are trying to show that the problems, sometimes social problems in different countries, are also the same in the countries, and we can be closer to each other
and find solutions. Now,
yeah, of course.
Cultural diplomacy is a type of soft power, and it often lays the groundwork for future, more obvious diplomatic movements. Have you noticed any countries that are showing extra attention to Ukraine right now? I'm thinking of the situation with Brexit and how the UK is looking for new partners. Also, China is very interested in Ukraine right now. In terms of cultural diplomacy, have you noticed more interest from those two countries?
You know, I can tell you that, of course, the movement of cultural diplomacy, it provokes people and it's push a bit people to look at this sphere more. And as I'm working with the diplomatic corps, I'm actually noticing all the time that embassies are trying now or more present in culture, actually in the country they are working in, because sometimes it gives possibility to people be closer and understand each other more. And what I can tell that Asian countries now, I think, is trying to show their culture more even sometimes. Of course, the European countries like Hungary, like Portugal, like I don't know, like Italy, they are trying to find new formats all the time. It is the musical festival that they are taking part in. For instance, next week it will be the wonderful cuisine initiative from the Embassy of Italy. It is the coming of Michelin chef to Ukraine. So embassies now are trying to find actually the links by a very special, way. And of course, I can see the development of these movements. And to make the point on that Asian countries are trying to be present here, because sometimes we are really located geographically not so close, but to find the ties, it's wonderful.
It sounds very, very exciting. Yeah. I know as I was learning about your organization, I visited your website, and that was like taking a trip to many different countries at once. That's also an excellent way to promote your work. It's all the time we have today. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio. That was Daria Kariakina, Director General of the Outlook Project, organizer of Outlook World Culture Festival. Thank you for watching UATV, and stay tuned for more.